A massive federal immigration raid at a Hyundai manufacturing site in southeast Georgia has left families scrambling for answers and support. News.com has learned that nearly 500 workers were detained in what officials describe as the largest workplace enforcement action in 2 decades. While most of the 475 detained workers were Korean and have since returned to South Korea, advocates say many others remain in legal limbo. Vanessa Contreras, spokesperson for Migrant Equity Southeast, said her small nonprofit of 15 employees fielded calls all day from people connected to workers from Mexico, Guatemala, Colombia, Chile, Ecuador, and Venezuela. Reports from the scene included workers hiding in air ducts, remote corners of the plant, and even a sewage pond. Others had their cell phones seized and were lined up by federal agents. Attorneys say the raid swept up people with valid work authorization. Charles Cook, an Atlanta-based lawyer, said 2 of his clients were legally employed through the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, known as DACA. One should have never been arrested, he said. Another client seeking asylum was detained while her husband, with the same documentation, was not. Rosario Palacios, who has been assisting families, said some detained workers had valid Georgia driver's licenses, adding, "It's hard to say how they chose who they were going to release and who they were going to take into custody." Rosie Harrison, who runs the nonprofit Grow Initiative, said her group's phones have not stopped ringing since the September 4th raid. "We have individuals returning calls every day, but the list doesn't end," she said. Harrison's organization helps low-income families with food, housing and education resources. She added that families are experiencing a new level of crisis, with many losing their only source of income overnight. The raid took place at the construction site of a future HLGA battery company facility. Harrison noted that its financial impact was worsened by news that another local employer, International Paper Company, will soon lay off 800 workers. Families calling Grow Initiative say many of those detained were sole breadwinners. "The worst phone calls are the ones where you have children crying, screaming, 'Where is my mom?'" Harrison said.